in the World, UK and Masters title match. O'Sullivan obviously has had his moments against Selby, including 2 Masters titles at the expense of the Jester. So it couldn't be set up more perfectly. First of 5 frames for a place in the semi-finals.
Wasn't the best break-off he's ever played, leaving the cue ball near the baulk line, but oh, wait for it. Wait for it. And it stayed over the pocket. It could have been expensive.
Yellow ball. Mark Selby one.
That's a very nervous shot as well. He's left the red on. There's a little smile to himself because that cue ball should have been dead on the cushion behind the green.
One.
Excellent opening red. Always nice to see those going.
O'Sullivan chasing a record-equalling Welsh Open title number 5. But the added incentive today is if he wins against Selby, he will move into provisional 16th spot in the one-year list, which would put him into the Players' Championship.
4.
A misjudgment. Played for the red to the right of the pink. And not on anything, so just a safety. Bringing the black into play.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
It's been an incredible run for Selby in the home nations this season. He's won 22 of 23 matches, winning in Crawley at the English Open in spectacular style. Comfortably his best performance of the season, a 9-1 drubbing of Dave Gilbert, where he missed just a handful of meaningful balls all day. And then, of course, saw off Jack Lazowski in the final at the Scottish Open in Glasgow. His only reverse was the quarterfinals in Belfast at the Northern Ireland Open, where he only just missed out to John Higgins 5-4. So his home nations has been very good to Selby this season.
Had a good look. That obviously doesn't go. You can almost feel the excitement, the tension in the air. This is now best of 9. Gives the players a little bit more time to settle. There will be an interval. That's just what he didn't want to do. Now, does the red pass the black? It looks like it does. That's the worst possible contact that O'Sullivan could have made there, catching that red thin and leaving it on.
One.
You don't see that many times in a practice table. I think that's gone wrong as well.
8. Yeah.
Like to screw the cue ball back to those two reds, but expect it to be on the red to the left corner.
All right.
This is much more difficult with the spider, extended spider. The pot's difficult, but getting to a colour just as difficult. I often think the rest on top of this is an easier shot to play. So,
Selby.
both players had a chance. O'Sullivan ran out of position. And he had his chance. Selby did the same.
One.
O'Sullivan has looked very dialed in all week, and generally speaking he's played to a very high standard. Yes, he's made one or two mistakes. Perhaps is the last time he played competitively before this event.
Now, this time he judged it better. If he can get the right side of the blue, he might just go into the pack of reds. Inches slower, he would have had the perfect angle to open those reds up. He still may. Still got the angle. Played that one well. Lots of left-hand side on the cue ball to bring it round for this red.
Right.
That didn't work out as planned.
20.
Pretty sure trying to catch them just a touch thicker, developing the reds. But he's got the feel of the table and got a good cue ball.
Mark Selby going for his 8 at the expense of O'Sullivan. dramatic final. He was 3 down with 4 to play, came back to win, having just won his first Masters crown. 27.
Never easy, those type of shots. Cue ball closer to the cushion than he wanted. But it was a chance.
A typically tension-packed opening frame between these two great rivals.
Yeah, he found the gap though here, and that was important. Had he collided with anything down this end of the table, could have been under frame. Might still be. I think he's had a little bit of luck there. Maybe a red just above the pink spot that will go to the right corner, and if he plays for the yellow, he wouldn't leave that red on near the baulk corner. Plays for the yellow or green. Oh, sweet.
One.
But just didn't get enough screw on the cue ball to hold for the black.
All right, Sullivan, 1.
Well, Mark Selby's got that same red just above the pink spot. He could play to plot it to the right corner. Try and leave the cue ball close to the cushion. Baulk cushion. Caught it too thin. Much too thin.
You can feel the nerves out there, and part of that is the great mutual respect on show. They are cut from very different cloth, these two players, but they're very aware of the other's strengths and the danger they carry. Another sweetly struck red from O'Sullivan.
Yeah, look where the cue ball is. Didn't leave anything easy for Mark Selby had he missed it, but he's on the blue to be able to drop it in for that red over the baulk corner. Clever shot, that.
I think it's a bit early to be drawing any conclusions from the positional success. First frame.
Well, he's playing a very measured game at the moment, O'Sullivan. Left-handed on this one.
7.
And he has all week, if truth be told. Right from the first ball, he's looked very focused, very determined. There have been times when he's been under pressure in matches. He trailed Stuart Carrington 2-1, very nearly 3-1. He trailed Anthony Hamilton, who played very well in their match, but found a way to battle through.
Yeah, just some kind of noise in the auditorium. Composing himself. He wanted to get closer to the reds. That meant risking getting the cannon to that red to the left of the black. Black doesn't go to that left corner.
13.
Well, couldn't have landed much worse.
Green ball.
Had to swerve round the red to get that shot. But he'll be disappointed not scoring more there.
Mark Selby edged their most recent meeting, this season's Scottish Open, on his way to the title. 5-4 in the quarterfinals. O'Sullivan having done the same in the Northern Ireland Open semi-final in 2018 by the odd frame. Oh, that's handy.
Handy, that was a great shot. That was a fantastic safety shot that O'Sullivan played there. Lots of right-hand side on the cue ball. And this is trouble, although Selby's one of the best in the world at getting out of trouble. Another beautiful shot from O'Sullivan. Both players attacking the balls every opportunity.
Six. Seven.
O'Sullivan shooting an accusing look there at something or someone, perhaps something distracting him. It's a bits and pieces sort of frame, but in a match of this magnitude against two players who have a fierce rivalry, striking early, so important to settle those nerves, get a foothold in the match, feel comfortable. He's edging his way towards winning it.
Needs another red in the colour.
Thirteen. $14.
A little close to that middle pocket for comfort. So, looks like the first frame's going to go to O'Sullivan.
19. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 19.
.48 the lead, 43 on, 2 snookers needed for Selby. There aren't many better in the game at getting them.
could afford to take a pink. Still need 2 snookers.
One.
And very inviting to try and get in behind the brown.
Seven.
This could be close. Now just got a little bit too much stone
Not
on the
Selby,
cue
seven.
ball, and that's made it a lot harder, pushing the brown to the cushion.
This frame into its 25th minute. Selby's got a lot to do to get it back into it.
Maybe a chance here, though. Just having a look to see if he's going to knock the yellow onto the brown. Will it go close to the pocket? Happy enough to leave the green where it is. Doesn't really want to touch that green.
Selby still needs 2 snookers.
Well, the red's close to the pocket, but this is still a tough pot. But a chance to end this opening frame. Well, quite legal, as long as it comes back onto the table. And look where it's landed.
Yeah, if the red had gone off the table, it wouldn't have helped Selby's cause, that's for sure.
Well, I wouldn't expect him to miss this, but it is missable. Line off 2 cushions.
Yeah, that's the end of this frame. O'Sullivan flukes the final red, and it's been palpably tense out there at the beginning of this latest chapter of their wonderful rivalry. But Ronnie O'Sullivan, without making any breaks, has potted some very good balls, and he's been in charge of the frame pretty much all the way through, really. Selby missing an early chance, an awkward shot with the spider.
10.
And it's O'Sullivan who's on the board first.
$14. 19. $25.
A good start then from the 4 times Welsh Open champion. Ronnie O'Sullivan winning a tense, very nearly half-hour long frame. He leads Mark Selby 1-0.